Hi guys, we're up to our last chapter, chapter 9, and we are coming up to where we actually are in our book club at school. So from there on it'll be new. So that's exciting. I'm quite excited to get there because I want to know what happens. I want to finish it. Alright, so off we shall go. Rufus. 4:46 a.m. I'm sitting outside Mateo's father's room and I'm charged with telling Mateo it's time to go. Getting him out of his apartment was one thing, but I'm probably going to have to knock the dude out and drag him out the hospital. Someone would have had to do the same to get me away from my pops, coma or no coma. That nurse, Elizabeth, looks at the clock and then me before carrying a tray of stale-smelling food into another room. Time for me to grab Mateo. I get up from the floor and crack open the door to the room. Mateo is holding his father's hand and singing some song I've never heard before. I knock on the door and Mateo jumps straight, startled. Sorry man, you good? Mateo stands and his face is flushed like we got into a snapping battle. And I played him hard in front of mad people. Yeah, I'm fine. It's a damn lie. I should tidy up. It takes a minute before he lets go of his father's hand, almost like his father is holding him back. But Mateo manages to break free. He picks up a clipboard and drops it on the rack above his father's bed. Dad usually leaves all his cleaning for Saturdays because he hates the idea of coming home from work on weekdays to more work. On the weekends, we cleaned and earned our TV marathons. Mateo looks around the rest of the room. It's pretty damn clean. I mean, I'm not eating off the floor, but that's a hospital thing. Did you get your goodbye in? Mateo nods, sort of. He walks towards the bathroom. I'm going to make sure it's clean in here. I'm sure it is. I should make sure they have clean cups ready for when he wakes up. They're going to take care of him. He might need a warmer sheet. He can't tell us if he's cold. I walk over and hold Mateo by his shoulders, trying to still him, 'cause he's shaking. He doesn't want you here, okay? Mateo's eyebrows squeeze together and his eyes get red. Sad red, not pissed red. I didn't mean it like that. I say stupid things. He doesn't want you wasting away here. Look, you got a chance to say goodbye. I didn't get that with my family. I took too much time trying to figure out what I was going to say. I'm happy for you, but mad jealous too. And if that isn't enough to get you out, I need a friend by my side. Mateo looked around the room again, no doubt convinced in himself he definitely does need to scrub the toilet this very second, or to make sure every single cup in this hospital is spotless so his father can't end up with a bad one. But I squeeze his shoulders and wake him out of it all. He heads over to the bed and kisses his father's forehead. Goodbye, Dad. Mateo walks backwards, dragging his feet, and waves bye to his sleeping father. My heart is pounding and I'm only a witness to this moment. Mateo must be about to explode. I place a hand on his shoulder and he flinches. Sorry, he says at the doorway. I really hope he wakes up today, just in time, you know. I'm not betting on it, but I nod anyway. We leave the room and Mateo peeks in one last time before closing the door behind us. Mateo, 4:58 a.m. I stop at the corner of the hospital. It's not too late to run back to Dad's room and just live out my day there. But that's not fair. To put others in the hospital at risk of me. The ticking time bomb. I can't believe I'm back outside in a world that will kill me, accompanied by a last friend whose fate is screwed too. There's no way this courage will hold. You good, Rufus asks? I nod. I really want to listen to some music right now, especially after singing in Dad's room. I cringe because Rufus caught me singing, but it's alright. It's alright. He didn't say anything, so maybe he didn't hear that much. The awkwardness of it all makes me even more antsy to listen to music, to hide away with something that has always been very solitary for me. Another of Dad's favourite is Come What May, which my mother sang to him and wooed me during a shower they took together before her water broke. The line about loving someone until the end of time is haunting. The same could be said for my other favourite song, One Song from Rent. I'm extra wired wanting to play it, especially as a Decker, since it's about wasted time opportunities, empty lives and time dying. My favourite lyric is One Song Before I Go. Sorry if I pressured you to leave, Rufus adds. You asked me to get you out of there, but I'm not sure you meant it. I'm glad you did, I admit. My dad would have wanted this. I look both ways before crossing the street and there are no cars, but there's a man on the corner up tearing through trash bags, furiously as if there's a garbage truck approaching to steal them all away. It's possible he's searching for something he accidentally threw out, but judging by the split leg of his jeans and the grime on his rust-coloured vest, it's safe to guess he's homeless. The man retrieved a half-eaten orange and tucks it into his armpit and continues going through the trash bags. He turns toward us as we approach the corner. Got $1? Any change? I keep my head low, same as Rufus, and walk past the man. He doesn't call after us or say anything else. I want to give him some money, I tell Rufus, even though it makes me feel really nervous to do so alone. I go through my pockets and find $18. Do you have some cash to give him too? Not to be a douchebag, but why? Because he needs it, I say. He's digging through trash for food. There's a chance he's not even homeless. I've been duped before, he says. I stop. I've been lied to before too. I've also made the mistake of ignoring others asking for help, and it's not fair. I'm not saying we should give him our life savings, just a few bucks. When were you duped? I was in 5th grade walking to school, and this guy asked me for $1, and when I pulled out my 5 singles for lunch money, he punched me in the face and took it all. I'm embarrassed to admit I was pretty inconsolable at school, crying so hard until Dad left work to visit me in the nurse's office to see how I was doing. He even walked me to school for 2 weeks afterward and begged me to be more careful with strangers, especially when money is involved. I just don't think I should be the judge of who actually needs my help or not. Like they should do a dance or sing me a song to prove they're worthy. Asking for help when you need it should be enough. And what's $1? Well, we'll make $1 again. We won't actually make another $1, but if Rufus was smart or paranoid, like I was, he should have more than enough money in his bank account as well. I can't read Rufus's face, but he parks his bike, hits down the kickstand, and let's do this then. He reaches into his pocket and finds $20 in cash. He walks ahead of me and I trail after him, my heart's pounding, a little nervous. This man might attack us. Rufus stops a foot away from the man and gestures to me. Right, when the man turns around and looks me square in the eye. Rufus wants me to speak up. Sir, here's all we have on us. I take 20 from Rufus and hold out the cash. Don't play with me. He looks around. I'm setting him up. Accepting help shouldn't make someone suspicious. Not at all, sir. I step closer to him. Rufus stays by my side. I know it's not a lot, and I'm sorry. The man comes at me and I swear I'm going to die of a heart attack. It's like my feet are cemented to the racetrack as a dozen cars speed towards me in colourful blurs. But he doesn't hit me. The man hugs me. The orange that was in his armpit dropped at our feet. It takes me a minute to find my nerves and muscles, but I hug him too, and everything about him, from his height to his thin body, reminds me of Dad. Thank you, he says. He releases me, and I don't know if his eyes are red because he's possibly without a bed and really tired, or if he's tearing up. But I don't pry because he doesn't have to prove himself to me. I wish I always had that attitude. The man nods at Rufus and stuffs the cash in his pocket. He doesn't ask for anything else. He doesn't hit me. He walks off, his shoulders a little straighter, and I wish I'd gotten his name before he left, or at least introduced myself. Good call, Rufus says. Hopefully karma takes care of you later for that one. This isn't about karma. I'm not trying to rack up I'm a good person points. You shouldn't donate to charity, help the elderly across the street, or rescue puppies in the hopes you'll be repaid later. I may not be able to cure cancer or end world hunger, but small kindnesses go a long way. Not that I'm saying any of this to Rufus, since all my classmates used to mock me for saying things like that. And no one should feel bad for trying to be good. I think we made his day by not pretending he's invisible. Thanks for seeing him with me. I hope we helped the right person, Rufus says. Much like Rufus can't expect me to be instantly brave, I can't expect him to be instantly generous. I'm relieved Rufus didn't mention anything about us dying. It cheapens everything, doesn't it? If this man thinks we're only giving him everything we have on us because we may not have any use for it 10 minutes from now, maybe he'll go on to trust others because he met us tonight. He definitely helped me out with that. Delilah Grey, 5 a.m. Deathcast called Delilah Grey at 2:52 a.m. to tell her she's going to die today, but she's sure she's not. It's not true. Delilah isn't in some denial stage of grief. This has to be a cruel prank from her ex, a Deathcast employee, trying to scare her since she's called off their year-long engagement last night. Toying with someone like this is incredibly illegal. This degree of fraud can have him thrown in jail for a minimum of 20 years and blacklisted from working pretty much anywhere ever again. Screwing around on the job at Deathcast is, well, killer. Delilah can't believe Victor would abuse his power like this. She deletes the email with the timestamp receipt for her call with the Herald. Mickey, who she cursed out before hanging up, she picks up her phone, tempted to call Victor, and she shakes her head and places her phone back down by the pillow on her side of the bed. On the side of the bed that was Victor's whenever he stayed over. Delilah refuses to give Victor the satisfaction of thinking she's paranoid, of which she isn't. If he's waiting on her to log into deathcast.com to see her name is actually registered on the site as a Decker, or to call him and threaten him with a lawsuit until he admits Mickey is a friend at work and he recruited to scare her. He's going to be waiting a very long time she has plenty of. Delilah is moving on with her day because just as she didn't second-guess her decision to call off the engagement, she will not second-guess that bullcrap call. She goes to the bathroom and brushes her teeth while admiring her hair in the mirror. Her hair is vibrant, too vibrant, according to her boss. In the past few weeks, Delilah needed a change, ignoring the voice in her head urging her to end things with Victor. Dyeing her hair was simpler, fewer tears involved. When asked by the hairdresser what she wanted, Delilah asked for the Aurora Borealis treatment. The combination of pink, purple, green and blue needs some touch-ups, but that can wait until next week after she catches up on assignments. She returns to bed and opens the laptop, breaking up with Victor last night before his shift pulled her away from her own work. A season premiere recap she's writing for Infinite Weekly, where she's working as an editorial assistant since graduating from college this spring. She's got not a hipster house fan, but those hipsters are more clickbaity than the Jersey Shore crew, and someone has to write the pieces because the editors are busy covering the respected franchises. Delilah is well aware how lucky she is to be given the grunt work, and to have a job at all considering she's the new hire, who missed several deadlines because she was preoccupied planning a wedding with someone she's only known for 14 months. Delilah turns on her TV to re-watch the painfully absurd premiere. Our challenge is in a crowded Brooklyn coffee shop where the hipsters have to co-write short stories on a typewriter. And before she can switch to her DVR, a Fox 5 anchor shares something truly newsworthy given her interests. And we've reached out to his agents for word. The 25-year-old actor may have played the young antagonist of the blockbuster Scorpius Hawthorne films about the demonic boy wizard, but fans all over the world have been sharing nothing but love online for Howie Maldonado, following us on Twitter and Facebook for immediate updates on this developing story. Delilah jumps out of bed, her heart pounding. She isn't waiting around for this developing story. Delilah will be the writer who reports the story. Mateo, 5:20 a.m. I approach the ATM on the corner while Rufus watches my back. My dad thankfully had the common sense to send me to the bank after I turned 18 so I could get a debit card. I withdraw $400, the max limit at this ATM. My heart is pounding as I slide the cash into the envelope for Lydia, praying someone doesn't come out of nowhere and hold us up at gunpoint for the money. We know how that would end. I grab the receipt, memorise how much I have, $2,076.27 left in my account as I tear up the slip. I don't need that much. I can get some more cash for Lydia and Penny at another ATM or bank when it opens. It might be too early to go to Lydia's, I say. I fold up the envelope and put it in my pocket. She'll know something is up. Maybe we can hang in her lobby. Nah, dude, we're not sitting around in your bestie's lobby because you don't want to burden her. It's 5 o'clock. Let's eat. Potential last summer supper. Rufus leads the way. My favourite diner is open 24 hours. Sounds good. I've always been a super fan of mornings. I follow several Facebook pages about mornings in other cities. Good morning San Francisco and countries. Good morning India. And no matter the time of day in my feed, there are pictures of glowing buildings, breakfast and people beginning their lives. Their newness that comes with rising sun, and even though there's a chance I won't reach daytime or see the sun rays filtering through the trees in the park, I should look at today as one long morning. I have to wake up and I have to start my day. The streets are really clear this early. I'm not anti-people, I just don't have the courage to sing in front of anyone. If I were alone right now, I'd probably play some depressing song and sing along. Dad taught me it's okay, okay to give your emotions, to give in to your emotions. But you should fight your way out of the bad ones too. The days after his admittance, I was playing positive and soulful songs like Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are, so I wouldn't feel hopeless. We reach Cannon Cafe and there's a triangle sign above the door with an illustrated logo of a cannon blasting a cheeseburger toward the cafe's name, with French fries exploding wayward like fireworks. Rufus chains his bike to a parking meter and I follow him inside the fairly empty cafe, immediately smelling scrambled eggs and French toast. A tired-eyed host greets us, telling us we can sit wherever. Rufus passes me and goes all the way to the back, settling into a two-person booth besides the bathroom. The navy blue leather seats are cracked in various places, and it reminds me of a couch I had as a kid where I would absent-mindedly peel the fabric off until there was so much exposed cushion foam that Dad threw the couch out for our current one. This is my spot, Rufus says. I come here once or twice a week. I get to say stuff like, I'll have the usual. Why here? Is this your neighbourhood? I realise I have no idea where my last friend actually lives or where he's from. Only for the past 4 months, Rufus says, I ended up in foster care. Not only do I not know much about Rufus, I haven't done anything for him. He's been all about the mission of shadowing me in my journey, getting me out of my home, going to and getting me out of the hospital, and soon coming with me to Lydia's. This last friendship has been pretty one-sided so far. Rufus slides the menu my way. There's a Decker discount on the back. Everything is free if you can actually believe that. This is a first. It's called Countdowners Feeds, I've read. The Deckers go to 5-star restaurants expecting to be treated like kings with courtesy meals, but they're only ever offered discounts. I like that Rufus returned here. A waitress comes from out the back and greets us. Her blonde hair is pulled back into a tight bun, and the button clipped to her yellow tie reads Ray. Good morning, she greets us in a southern accent. She grabs a pen from out behind her ear, and I glimpse a curly tattoo above her elbow. I'll never grow into someone afraid of needles. She twirls the pen between her fingers. Late night for you two? You could say that, Rufus answers. Feels more like a really early morning, I counter. If Ray is actually interested in my distinction, she doesn't show it. What can I get you to? Rufus looks at the menu. Don't you have a usual, I ask? Changing it up today, last chance and all that. He puts the menu down and looks up at Ray. What do you suggest? Did you get the alert or something? Her laughter is short-lived. She turns to me and I lower my head until she crouches beside us. No way. She drops her pen and notepad onto the table. Are you boys okay? Sick? You're not pranking me for a free meal, are you? Rufus shakes his head. Nah, not kidding. I come here a lot and I wanted to roll through one last time. Are you seriously thinking about food right now? Rufus leans over and reads her pin. Ray, what should I try? Ray hides behind her hand and shakes her shoulders and mutters, I don't know. Don't you just want everything special? Everything special? It has fries, sliders, eggs, sirloin, pasta. I mean, it has everything you could want that we have in the kitchen. No way, I'm not going to eat all that. What's your favourite meal here? Rufus asks. Please don't say fish. I like grilled chicken salad, but that's because I eat like a bird. I'll have that, Rufus decides. He looks at me. What do you want, Mateo? I don't even bother looking at the menu. I'll have whatever your usual is. Like him, I'm hopeful that it's not fish. You don't even know what it is. As long as it's not chicken tenders, it'll be something new for me. Rufus nods. He points to a couple of items on the menu and Ray tells us she'll return shortly, then rushes away so quickly she leaves behind her pen and notepad. We overhear Ray telling the chef to make our order priority number 1 because there are deckers at the table. Not sure who our competition is, the guy in the back already drinking his coffee while he reads his newspaper, but I do appreciate Ray's heart. I wonder if Andrea at Deathcast was once like her before the job killed her compassion. Can I ask you something, I say to Rufus? Don't waste your breath on questions like that. Just come out and say whatever you want, he says. He's coming on a little strong. But good call. Why did you tell Ray we're dying? Doesn't that screw with her day? I guess, but dying is screwing with my day and there isn't anything I can do about it, Rufus says. I'm not telling Lydia I'm dying, I say. That makes no sense. Don't be a monster. You have a chance to say goodbye. You should do it. I don't want to ruin Lydia's day. She's a single mum and she's already had a rough time since her boyfriend died. Maybe I'm not actually so selfless. Maybe not telling her is really selfish. But I can't bring myself to do it because how do you tell your best friend you won't be around tomorrow? How do you convince her to let you leave so you have a chance of living before you die? I push back against my seat, pretty disgusted with myself. It's your call. I back it. If that's your call, I back it. I don't know if she'll resent you or not. You know her best, but look, we got to stop caring about how others will react to our deaths and stop second-guessing ourselves. What if by not second-guessing our actions, we end ourselves? I asked. Don't you have a little freakouts wondering if life was better before death cast? This question is suffocating. Was it better, Rufus asked. Maybe, yes, no, the answer doesn't matter or change anything. Just let it go, Mateo. He's right, I am doing this to myself. I'm holding myself back. I've spent years living safely to secure a longer life and look where it has gotten me. I'm at the finish line, but I never ran the race. Ray returns with drinks, hands a grilled chicken salad to Rufus and places sweet potato fries and French toast in front of me. If there's anything else I can get you boys, please just shout out for me. Even if I'm in the back or with another customer, I'm all yours. We thank her, but I can tell she's hesitant about walking away. Almost as if she wants to scoot down next to one of us and just talk some more. But she collects herself and walks away. Rufus taps my plate with his fork. How's my usual looking for you? I haven't had French toast in years. My dad really got into making BLTs on toasted tortillas every morning instead. I kind of forgot French toast was even a thing. But that cinnamon smell restores my many memories of eating breakfast across from Dad at our rickety table, while we listen to news of brainstormed lists he should write. This is pretty perfect, don't you want some? Rufus nods but doesn't reach over to my plate. His mind is elsewhere as he plays around with his salad. Seemingly disappointed and only eating the chicken, he drops his fork and grabs the notepad and pen Ray left behind. He sketches a circle, bold. I want to travel the world taking photos. Rufus is drawing the world, outlining the countries he'll never get to visit. Like a photojournalist, I ask. Nah, I wanted to do my own thing. We should go to the travel arena, I say. It's the best way to travel the world in a single day. Countdown and speak highly of it. I never read that stuff, Rufus says. I read it daily, I admit. It's comforting to see people breaking out. Rufus glances up from his drawing and shaking his head. Your last friend is going to make sure you go out with a bang. Not a bad bang, or you know what bang, but a good bang. That made no sense. I get it, I think. What did you see yourself doing, like as a job, Rufus asks. An architect. I wanted to build homes and offices and stages and parks, I say. I don't tell him how I never wanted to work in any of those offices, or that I've also dreamt of performing on stage I've built. I play with Lego a lot as a kid. Same. My spaceships always came apart. Those smiling blockhead pilots never stood a chance. Rufus reaches over and carves himself a piece of French toast and then chews it, savouring the bite with his head down and his eyes closed. It's hard watching someone swallow their favourite food one last time. I have to get it together. Things usually get worse before they get better, but today has to be the flip side. Once our plates are clear, Rufus stands and gets Ray's attention. Could we get the cheque when you have a sec? It's on us, Ray says. Please let us pay. It would mean a lot to me, I say. I hope she doesn't see it as a guilt card. Seconded, Rufus says. Rufus may not be able to return here again, but we wanted to make sure that they remain open for as long as possible for others. And money is how they pay the bills. Ray nods vigorously and she hands us a cheque. I hand her my debit card, and when she comes back, I tip her triple the inexpensive meals cost. I have less than $2,000 after this debit charge. I may not be able to restart anyone's life with this money, but every bit helps. Rufus puts his drawing of the world inside his pocket. Ready to go? I remain seated. Getting up means leaving, I say. Yeah, Rufus says. Leaving means dying, I say. Nah, leaving means living before you die. Let's bounce. I stand, thanking Ray and the busboy and host as we leave. Today is one long morning, but I have to be the one who wakes up and gets out of bed. I look ahead at the empty street and I start walking towards Rufus and his bike. Walking towards death with every minute we lose. Walking against a world that's against us. And that's where we're going to stop for today. That was a long one, but we're up to where we were with book clubs, so that's exciting. Anyway, hope you're all having a good day. This is exciting video footage. I don't know if I can do this. Hello people, I'm upside down. Anyway, try and get outside, try and do something fun for yourself. Don't get bogged down in all that schoolwork, guys. Alright, bye.